Well, good morning. I mean, it's foggy as fuck out here. I mean, so yesterday I couldn't keep up with everything that was going on in Giantland, with all, what they were saying on how Joe Schoen was going to be retained, and I agree with that. And Brian Daboll was going to be retained as well, which I do not agree. And we're in a results. What happened to we are in a results-oriented business, and it gets to the point where have to realize, what is ownership doing? After, listening to John Mara, that 10-minute press conference that it was out of nowhere on the practice field, in the field house in East Rutherford. And I mean, he was pissed. I get it. But the way in the directions he was going, well, he trusts the process. He hates the defense. He's losing his patience. And he wants to get this he wants to get this turned around fast. But he trusts the process. And then he met with them on Friday to be on top of that. So which makes the Philly game a fucking moot point. Then now you understand why that Daboll coached the way he coached that game. Because he knew he was safe. And then one of the reporters asked him about tanking. He goes, "Oh, if we were like tanking, I would have fired everyone." Then explain fucking Sunday then. On how the Giants, who put up 45 on Indianapolis, couldn't score a point in the first half against the Eagles' second and third stringers. And with all the substitutions that were made. So, to me, it's like this. And I agree that Joe Schoen should get one more shot. But they have the hardest schedule next year, percentage-wise. And especially at home. Especially at home. I don't think Brian Daboll lasts till week 8. Because they have to get the quarterback right. And I mean right. They have to get everything right this offseason. And, Joe Schoen in his press conference saying, I'm not going to do any Hail Marys. Well, you have to start spending I think he's going to start spending out of desperation. And by the time that happens, what's going to happen is we're going to have no money for the season to make any type of maneuvers. Because Joe Schoen has one more chance to get the quarterback. And the first two teams above them in the draft need a quarterback. And especially with Deshaun Watson had a setback. And he may not play 2025. So Cleveland's definitely going to play for a quarterback now. Which I figured they would go offensive tackle. I mean, you have to... You have to do something. And a bridge quarterback is not going to fly here. They need to get this they have to get this 100% right. Or I think Brian Daboll's done first before Joe Schoen. Because Joe Schoen will get him the players. And Brian Daboll has to fucking get this. And you know, it almost sounded like marijuana was like a fan. Sounded like a fan. You know, and then on top of that, you know, he hated that the defense, they went up and down the field in the defense. I think that Shane Bowen is a goner. Get Robert Saleh in here. You know, the first person I heard was Lou Amarillo. No. Robert Saleh is the answer. And then you go and you get your offensive coordinator. You know, do not just let fucking Mike Kafka walk. Don't fucking block him for getting head coaching. He's not fucking good. I'd be surprised if he does get a fucking head coaching gig. But I think someone will give him an offensive coordinator role somewhere. It ain't going to be with the Giants. But the Giants need somebody young from the college ranks. But, you know, what do I know? I mean, I think that right now, you know, saying Maris said, I think they're on the hot seat without him saying it, but he should have been more fucking blunt about it. It's like, you know what? I'm pissed off. I'm sick of losing. And you need to get this turnaround super quick. But you trust the process. But you want this to turn around quick. I mean, we're not going to have this, like, you know, in Washington, turning around like an 8-game turnaround. I mean, it can happen. You know, you never say never. You never know in the NFL. I mean, there are a lot of fucking 12-loss plus teams this year. But, you know, and there were 2 14-win teams. But I truly believe that John Mara got the general manager right for keeping him, but got it wrong for keeping Brian Daboll. That's my personal feeling about it. He should have fucking fired Brian Daboll. He's not, you know. And then hearing the players, Malik Neighbors sounded real thrilled. He sounded really thrilled that he was coming back. It's like he didn't want him to be there. I mean, I think that when Daboll is going to fucking return, which is a fucking mistake. I think it's a big time mistake. I'm just sick of fucking losing. I'm just sick of fucking just this team over the last 2 seasons. And, you know, I don't want to hear that he was coach of the year the first year. I mean, seriously, he only won 1 division game. On top of that, the games that they should have lost. I mean, look at the games that they won when they should have lost. You know, the opener against Tennessee when they missed the field goal. Then Jacksonville was 1 yard short. And what was another game? I forget there was another game. I can't remember. I'm just tired. But John Mara just put all the pressure on both of them. They need to perform. And they need to get a franchise quarterback. You know, they've always said, like, you know, about, you know, Daniel Jones, like, you know, they inherited Daniel Jones. Now you got your quarterback. Now you're gonna get your quarterback. Now this time, it's not even not this time. It's no excuse. It's no excuse. If Brian Dable cannot develop whoever they draft, whether it be a Cam Ward or Jalen Milroe or Shedeur Sanders or even Quinn Ewers or even Carson Beck, they have no fucking excuse. Brian Dable has no fucking excuse. I think, like I said, I think my bold prediction for 2025 for the Giants, that Brian Dable does not last half the year. He's done by week 8. With the way the schedule is with the hardest schedule they have, and who are they going to beat at home? Tell me who they're going to beat at home. If there's no fucking changes. I just don't see. Maybe with a new defensive coordinator and maybe we'll. But this turnaround has to be so fast, and I mean it has to, and it has to. We will see come week 1, the first 3 weeks of the season, of how this season is going to really go. They start off 1-2. It's not good. 1-2, then they're in trouble. But if they're 1-2 and they're extremely competitive and they lose games, they lose the first 2 games based on luck and stuff like that, and they're scoring points, then that's a maybe there. But you start off 0-3, you might as well just start looking for a new coach. Start the search. Because I don't think Brian Dable is going to last, in my personal opinion. And people can disagree with it, and I hope I'm wrong. But I just think Brian Dable is fucking done after 8 weeks next year. That's my personal opinion. And I'll stand by it. But we'll see. I mean, I'm going to go back. I'm going to probably go to sleep. And then get up and then read some more fucking shit about what everyone is saying. But a majority, John Mara just I understand he's pissed, but he contradicted himself in 8, and then he went in 6 different ways. Just say, look, I'm pissed. I'm sick of losing. This needs to change. They have one more chance, and they're done. That's it. Put massive amount of pressures on him, and I think he did in a different type of way. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's what I think about the John Mara press conference today. I mean, not yesterday. Not today. Yesterday. Sorry. But yesterday.
He said you could buy. He goes, Brad, I remember you could buy land on Lake Washington for like $100 a foot or something.
How much patience is John Mara going to have next year? And my other concern is now that Brian Dable is returning, how is this development from year 1 to year 2 for this rookie class when you had all 6 play this year a considerable amount? Are they going to regress or are they going to improve? That's another concern. But we'll see. That's a concern to me right now. So we'll see what Joe Schoen has up his sleeve for this offseason. And he needs to get to work, as is Brian Dable.